This is a short video to show you my AS350. This is a model built by Flish RC. Flish RC is an outfit out of Aliexpress, but they're increasingly having their own presence online, FlishRC.com. They are basically integrators of helicopters. They take a Roban fuselage and incorporate H1 Flywing H1 module, flybarless module. They have, this is a GPS based flybarless module. They have obviously servos. They have one unique design is the fact that they're using tail motors. To have a tail motor, they have printed their own unique proprietary parts that they use on these fuselages, and they basically can screw in the motors. Another thing on this is that there's nothing that needs to drive the tail motor from the main gear. Therefore, as you can see, there's really no resistance at all. There is a gear, but it's not connected to the tail. Also, it has a 60 amp ESC. It's a Flywing, so they're using a lot of Flywing components, but it doesn't have to be. I have added a 10 amp Castle Creation SBC, and they have Sky. I always forget the name of this receiver, but it's basically this. It's this model. This model's receiver. I think it's I don't know. We'll find out. It's the same thing as what. Yeah, you would think they'd put their name on this. Maybe if I turn it on. Fly Sky, I think. Fly Sky. Yeah, Fly Sky. Okay. So they use Fly Sky receiver and transmitter. This is really interesting. It has a home, GPS, and a 3D mode. It could fly normal. It could fly in an O pattern and a figure 8. You'll see when I fly it. I'm using 4000 4S on this. So let's turn her on and get her to sync with the satellites. Down here, okay, the radio's on. Put it on GPS. It's going to go through its own synchronization process. There you go. Okay. And now it's searching for a satellite with a yellow flashing light. It takes maybe a minute or two sometimes. Beautiful day, so there's no reason why it's not going to see a satellite, but all right, any minute now. There you go. So the light turns green, and then to get it ready to fly, first let me put this back on. When I pull both sticks to the lower right and lower left, this light will blink. So I'm going to do this to initiate, and then we're going to press run. The motor starts running. So when it reaches speed, you can just push up. I fly this about 8 minutes on 4000 mAh 4S. So in GPS mode, it's really stable. You can just let it be, and it sits there. I can do, if I go up a little higher and do a figure O, it goes around and around on its own. Let's go a little higher. Let's press O. It'll go around on its own. It's really just like the Flywing models, but I think the Flish RC guys use a little bit more high quality, a lot more metal and CNC machined heads, rotor heads, and I think the motors are probably better as well. Okay, so that's that, and then we're gonna go back to normal. Okay, normal is just stays right there. So let me try a figure 8. Let's go to O and then figure 8. So it's doing its own thing. You can always take over if you don't like what it's doing. Figure 8 is coming too close here. I'm not doing anything here. Okay, let's put it back to normal. It's back to normal. It's very windy. So if you look at the sock over there, you see how windy it is. So this thing is really doing a good job. I just hope you guys can see it with this camera system I have. Okay. All right, let's turn. It's in normal mode on GPS. So it's very stable. I use that word way too much, but it is. I mean, it's so easy to fly. You could always put it in. There's another mode called 3D mode where it takes it out of the GPS mode, and you could do a lot more, more acrobatic work. So I can put it in. I'm going to go up high because I think it drops when you put it in 3D. Okay, we put it in 3D now. See, now it's much more aggressive. You got to be careful with the left stick because the left stick is now different than your typical helicopter. You have to keep it up high because it's your elevation. If you let it go, it might drop. See, it drops. If I let go of the left stick, it drops. It doesn't have level control when you take it out of GPS. So this is on 3D mode. More aggressive. You can do all kinds of stuff here. I mean, I'm not sure if you could. I don't think you should do like 3D with this. It's a scale helicopter, but it's more aggressive, it's more agile. So, and then you can always flip it back to GPS and it basically stabilizes. It's your savior. Okay, so see, I just turned it back on and it's sitting there. Another feature is home. So I'm going to press home and it should come home. Goes all the way up. It knows where it was. It's turning. And here it comes right above my head. I should move away. And it's landing now. This thing sounds so cool. It's cutting through the air. We have 2 minutes 42 seconds left. 2 minutes 40 seconds left. So we'll probably take off again after this. But I'm just landing here. It's landing on its own. And if you remember, that's where I took off from. Let's see how accurate it is. Yeah, off by a couple of feet. Not bad. Okay, let's try again. I think I have to redo it. Okay, hold down, 1,000, 2, 1,000, run. No. Hold down. Run. Nope. Hey, I wonder why it's not doing that. Okay, I have to put it in GPS. Okay. Hold it down, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Okay, now run. There you go. You have to have it in GPS or 3D. Let it speed up. And then gently push up. Flish RC makes a whole bunch of other models. They have the EC135, which I really like because they have used the Fenestron simulation on the tail. I used to not be a fan of tail motors, really, because in a few years ago, it didn't really have the response rate that you see today. Today, this is much better than it used to be. These H1 controllers are pretty good. Even Trex is coming off with a module that a firmware that accepts tail motors. All right, I'm going to land this for the sake of saving some time on the video. But if you have any questions, please let me know. We're gonna just land. You can just land. Land. Okay. And then you can just press stop. And this rotor keeps spinning because there's no resistance really. So that's probably, it's a beautiful model. I love this Air Zermatt livery.